today is Sunday, but for us it's actually a regular working day. So we have planned the entire day with different tasks. The first one that I planned in is to write a blog article about one of the basically a part of the bootcamp that we just updated. So we have released that and we're going to announce it on all our social media channels. And I wanted to write a blog article which is SEO optimized, plus it contains all the interesting elements of what projects we're covering about this technology. Then we're going to make a LinkedIn post where we're going to include the article as well as an announcement about this update. And this is probably going to take maybe 4 hours in total for both of us to do all the graphics and designs and write the text and everything. And afterwards we have a task where we want to basically hand over a task to a new engineer who is gonna take over from the previous one, and we're gonna prepare some materials for him to do the onboarding, to kind of get him started on this new project or new task. And that's gonna probably take the entire day with some small breaks in between. So we have a full busy day ahead of us. So let's get to work. Alright, so we just published the Ansible blog article, and it took me about 2 hours in the morning to write the entire blog article. It is actually a very creative process because I have to make sure that I'm writing something interesting, something original, something useful and valuable for the readers. Then I handed it over to Nicole and she edited all this formatting and graphics and basically just made it pretty and much nicer to read. So these are all the projects, which I believe this is going to be super interesting for people to actually see like what kind of projects they can do to learn the technology. I still think this is extremely valuable for us as well, because when I think about blog articles, it is something that is going to be out there on the internet for a long time. It takes initially some time and effort to write it, but basically it just generates traffic over a long period of time, especially if you're writing something that is interesting. People are going to share it and it's going to generate traffic to our website. And in the blog article, I also make sure to have CTAs, or basically links back to our programs. Like this one is actually a snippet from the DevOps Bootcamp. So I'm going to link it back to the DevOps Bootcamp. This is what we're doing, which is going to generate traffic to the bootcamp and hopefully eventually more sales. So I like doing this kind of work that is long-lived, that is long-term benefit stuff, instead of just one-time effort and it just disappears. So I'm very happy that we did it. Now we're gonna make a LinkedIn post, we actually call it LinkedIn post, but basically just post on all our social media, where we're gonna just provide some updates plus announce the release of the new chapter or the chapter update, and then link to this blog article, which is helping with the SEO when you have backlinks and people share it. So it's gonna kind of push our blog article in the SEO ranking, and that's gonna probably take another 1 or 2 hours to write another creative work, because I have to again think of something original, something interesting to write on LinkedIn, and that's what we're gonna do next. Okay, so we have a bit of an issue here. The day started well, but it's not going as well. We just got an email from one of our students in the bootcamp who's a little bit frustrated. So I'm gonna have to basically check and see how can I smooth out the issue, because she had some issues with the bootcamp, like doing the projects and everything, and our support wasn't able to help her, so she's pretty frustrated. So I'm gonna have to dig deeper into what the issue is, how can I help her solve it, and also check in with the team what happened. So hopefully I'm gonna fix the issue, but I don't know, let's see. All right, so updates with the student. I basically wrote her, first of all, I think in customer support, we have a customer support person, but I wanted to kind of take control and take over the conversation, because I think in these cases, it's important for me to understand what the issue is so it doesn't happen in the future. Plus, this is really an exception because like most 99% of our students are usually very happy. So whenever I hear or I get a feedback, a negative one, then for me it's a no-go. I need to find out what happened, how can we solve the issue with, was it something that we could have prevented, something that we could have helped the student right at the beginning, early on. So I basically kind of dig a little bit deeper. And the first thing in customer service when someone is frustrated is to validate their opinion. It doesn't matter if it's their fault that they couldn't do the stuff because they didn't follow the instructions, or if it's your fault, it doesn't matter. You have to tell them that you understand that they're frustrated, to validate their stuff. So I literally wrote that, yes, it is our fault. We kind of failed at support. We were supposed to help you right at the beginning, even if it was your fault, so to say, that you didn't follow the instructions. So I wrote that. She also appreciated that, because it always makes things smooth when you immediately, instead of defensive mode, you're like, you're absolutely right, we're gonna fix this problem. So I immediately offered for one of our support engineers to jump on a call and literally just go through her project and whatever she has an issue with in the video call. So it's not just a textual back and forth asynchronously. So she said yes, she would like to have a call to go through with the support. So I am actually writing the support right now. I passed the feedback on to them, obviously, because even though they were absolutely helpful and trying to fix the issue, I was like, let's be more proactive. Let's offer jumping on a video call, basically whatever is necessary to make sure the student is not stuck and they can move forward. So I had to kind of interfere in there. So I'm actually gonna go to our team Discord and I'm gonna ask our support, whoever is active right now, to jump on a call with her and solve the problem immediately, because that's what we need to do. Not a nice thing to deal with, but we have to make sure that every student has a good learning experience. All right, so the support is gonna take care of that. But as I said, I'm gonna stay on top of the issue because work. We just had a little break, but we actually had to discuss an important topic that we are thinking about, which is hiring a new engineer full-time that's going to come on board. And we were basically discussing where to hire that engineer. I would like to have someone in Vienna, someone that I can work with in person. But we also have most of our students in North America, so we need a support there. So we're also talking about hiring a freelancer for a couple of hours a week in Texas or California. That's where most of our students are. So these kind of decisions, they come up actually since we started the business. They are always part of running a business, and we had, especially at the beginning, we had to make probably 1-2 strategic decisions every single day about our products, about the pricing, about our target group, about our marketing channels, about who we hire, which roles, because it's just so much complexity in building a business, in running a business, because there's so many combinations and so many different options that you have to think about everything without knowing what the outcome of each option is going to be. So it's really difficult. You're basically just trying to make your best bet, make the best decision with whatever limited information that you have. So I think we're going to start searching for this candidate. I'm going to basically come up with a good description of what we're looking for in terms of technical skills, soft skills, what the role of this person is going to be. Because in a startup, when you are starting as a employee, you can't just specialize on one area. You have to do a lot of things and multiple things. You you have to be flexible in terms of what tasks you can take over, because the company is not that big, and that's why we have to look for someone who is going to be flexible in terms of jumping into different tasks when necessary, and that the person will also be responsible for keeping the quality of support for our students, thousands of our students across all the courses and bootcamps extremely high, because quality is the number one non-negotiable in our business. So done for today. Lots of work has been done today, and I plan for the next week because it's Sunday. And usually for every day in the week, I plan one single most important task and then a bunch of smaller tasks, basically. So now I'm gonna prepare some dinner because I'm starving. And by preparing dinner, I mean warm up the food that my cook has prepared, which of course is a luxury that I've been investing in for the last couple of months, because usually I would work till late. I work till late because I work the best in the evening, actually. And then I would order takeout, which usually isn't healthy, and then work until the delivery arrives, and then directly from computer to the dinner table. So now I have someone who comes and cooks for the entire week. So basically preps the whole food for the week, and she even buys the products, buys the ingredients, which saves me a lot of time. And we also fixated a pretty healthy menu actually with her. So this way I make sure that I eat healthy by default, which is a huge plus. Now, if you enjoy cooking, then I think you definitely should, because I think it's even therapeutic for some people to cook and unwind after a long working day. But for me, I actually don't enjoy it at all. It's one of my least favorite activities. Plus, I don't enjoy eating the food that I have cooked myself. So there is literally no reason for me to cook. And as for eating healthy, I've actually been eating very unhealthily for many years. So probably 1 or 2 years ago, I made a shift and I changed my eating habits completely, because I believe if you want to build something large and continuously expand that, you need to be in top shape and fit mentally and physically, because building a business is so stressful sometimes and requires so much effort. Because imagine you start multiple projects, you hire employees, you hire freelancers, maybe you have an event coming up where you're speaking. I started a vlog channel, I'm creating content for our tech channel and all the social media. And imagine suddenly all these things are lined up, but you don't have energy. You feel sick. You want to stay in bed all day, or you have a shitty mood and you don't feel like working at all, right? And you have basically burdened yourself with all these responsibilities and events are booked, people are counting on you, people are waiting for input and feedback from you to get their work done that you hired them to do, and you just cannot show up, or you show up and you have to force yourself and drag yourself to do all this stuff, right? And I'm actually terrified of this thing happening to me, because I need to know that I can rely on myself to show up with energy, to be in a good mood, to be excited about the things that I'm actually doing. Because the thing is, when I have energy, I'm genuinely excited about things and I'm in a good mood, versus just being stressed and thinking like, oh my God, I have all these things that I started, all these projects, and all these people counting on me, and I have so much work to do. So instead of being stressed about it, you genuinely feel excited about doing all this stuff. And that's how much of a difference that energy level actually makes. And food, healthy food, exercise, good sleep are literally the things that translate directly into whether you have energy or not. And that's why, at least for me, it makes a huge difference, because I know exactly how I feel when I do all these things and when I don't. So it makes a huge difference. And as much as I love, cheesecakes or basically any kind of cakes, for me, the goals and being in that state is a priority. And that's why it's a very easy trade-off for me. So this is our evening ritual. Usually we have dinner and we watch Modern Family for the third time already. So yeah, that's basically a pretty boring but intensive workday. Cheers, and see you in the next vlog.